Well, hey guys, Mr. Galleon here, rather obviously. I just wanted to take a minute to walk you through the Quarter 4 project, or at least what I anticipate is going to be the first of two. This project is very closely tied with um, the civil rights section that we've just been talking about the last couple days. And then the second one is more about just how do we interact with news and various sources that we find in the world today. And that's helpful both for history and for current events, man, especially the current events we're walking through right now. Um, and I think it'll be good. So I do need some more time to put this other assignment together. It's brand new. This one I'm giving you right now is sort of borrowed from something I've done in the past and modified. The other one is brand new, and I want to make sure it's good and fit for your consumption. So let me walk you through this one though, just to help you get a handle on what's going on, and then I'll look at a little bit at the rubric at the end because there are a couple quirks, and I'll try to keep this short. I'm going to try to keep it under 5 minutes. We'll see if that works. Okay, so for this assignment, I am going to ask you to choose to watch one of two movies, either Selma from 2014 or Selma, The Bridge to the Ballot, which is on YouTube. And give me a second. I'm going to pull up the Selma poster so you make sure you're getting the right thing. And this is it. Okay, so if you see this film either you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on, I think for a while it was on Hulu, but it's not anymore. I don't think it's on Netflix. You can pick it up on Google, YouTube, a number of different places. You will almost certainly have to pay for it. I don't know of any places where it's available streaming for free. So just be aware of that, and hopefully you can grab it. Okay, there we go. So if you don't want to watch that, I have included a link in Classroom to a documentary about the same topic. It's called Selma, The Bridge to the Ballot. Again, the link is there. Just click on it. It's shorter. It's only about 45 minutes, but it's a documentary instead of a dramatization. So I think you'll like Selma, the first one, more. But some of you said you didn't really want to pay to watch a movie, and I totally understand that. So I've given you another option. Okay. Then all you're going to do is you're going to look at two different questions, and you're going to answer both. They're 50 points each. The first one is going to require a little bit of research. I want you to go online and find either a magazine or newspaper article from the 1960s. Okay, don't find something that was written in any other era, not from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, from today. Don't do that. There are all kinds of people writing about Selma now, as we just passed the 50th anniversary not too long ago. But I want you to go back and read, what did they write about it like the next day? Okay. Not doing that, not finding the right kind of article will set you back. If you're having a hard time finding the right article, shoot me an email and I'll try to point you in the right direction or give you some suggestions about what you might Google anyway. You can find it. So you're going to read this article. It'll be brief. It won't be long. And you're going to compare and contrast that article to what you saw in the film. And then you're going to just answer a couple questions like, what accounts for some of those differences? Based on looking at both of them, what do you think actually happened? And maybe they agree. It's possible, depending on the article you find. Okay. So just kind of give me a brief summary. I do want you to include a link to your article. I don't want you to worry about MLA citation in this case. Just drop the link itself so I can click on it and go there and make sure it's something from the right time period. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is to just retell one of the things that happened in the film in your own words in a narrative piece of writing. It should not be long, notice, 500 words or fewer. You're either going to tell me the story of Jimmy Lee Jackson or the story of Bloody Sunday, which is the first march that's attempted. It's going to be stopped on the bridge by Bull Connor. Okay. Yeah, I said that. Bull Connor's not right. It's Clark is the sheriff. Anyway, so I want you to retell those stories narratively. This is really just a way to help me see that you saw it and you understand the significance of these events. Okay. You're going to explain the causes. There it is. You're going to explain the causes of this, like what was going on that led to this thing, what actually happened, and then what are the effects of this event that you're telling me about. Okay. I know I'm almost at 5 minutes, but I want to point out one thing really quickly. The rubric is down below. Mechanics and clarity, I think, make a lot of sense. The only two things I want to mention super briefly are under required components, there is a missing chunk here. What that means is that if I read your response and it looks like it's either missing a required component, in other words, you only give me one of the responses, or you're missing, like you haven't linked back to an article or whatever, it's automatically going to be here. There's no basically C category for that, okay? Or if it looks like you probably haven't actually watched the film, which people do weird things, then yeah, you're gonna take a hit. But there is no third column here. It's either going to be in this column, or in this column, okay? Last thing I want to mention is the length. This one is going to frustrate some of you guys a little bit, but I want you to use common sense. I'm not giving you a word count. Some of y'all like to write as little as possible, even though you know that you haven't given me all of the a full exploration of the ideas. So really what I've said here is your response long enough to thoroughly explore the ideas? And if you're just writing ... and you're hitting send, that's not going to work. Okay, you're going to take a little bit of a hit. So I don't want this to be long, okay? If you're writing, I would say more than probably 2 pages on this, that's probably too long. Some of you could do it shorter, in depth, and it'd be fine, okay? Honestly, 2 pages is a lot. So you can hear that if, anyway. Don't write a whole bunch. Be very clear and be concise. That's super, super important, okay? All right. I don't want to spend more time talking about this because I think most of you have got it. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. And I will try to respond to you as quickly as I can. Y'all, I miss you all. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're healthy. And let me know what I can do. Here's my daughter. She can't sleep. So good night, y'all.